Hey y'all, this is Queen Seabrooks. So this episode tonight we're gonna be winding down with Queen Seabrooks and we're gonna talk about family and peace. So this episode is basically family versus peace. When is it okay to walk away? So sometimes people just feel and believe that just because you're family, that you have to stay connected with family. You have to talk to them all the time. You have to have these close knit relationships. Life doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, that's just not how life works out. A lot of people honestly feel guilty about setting boundaries with family. You can't feel guilty about that because when you have people that cross certain boundaries, that do things that are disrespectful or that keeps causing ruckus, chaos, or whatever in your life, you have every right as your own person to walk away. The expectations that family should always be close knit or always stay connected, that's back in the day. I'm sorry, it don't work that way. I'm just not doing it myself personally in my life. Baby, I'm control over who involved in my life. And if you bringing chaos, drama, and bullshit here and not allow me to have my peace, you can exit. Okay? And it's simple as that. Um, Sometimes people also feel that it's tough to set boundaries with family because you are disappointing specific loved ones, whether it's the older generation or older cousins, older siblings, older family members in general. People feel that you're disappointing them because you're not close knit with everyone, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, your peace comes first. And if someone within your family dynamic is not bringing you peace, or whatever the case may be, you're not required or have to be in a relationship with them. They're always going to be your relatives, but that does not mean they're family. People don't understand. A family is what you create. A family is people that love you. Family is people that support you. Family is people that pour into you positivity. They don't bring you drama. They don't bring you headache. They don't bring you chaos. People have to understand there's a bit different when it comes to what a family dynamic is, and that's just reality, and that's the way I see it. um the second topic I want to talk about: what's the difference between forgiveness and reconciliation? With that, forgiveness can happen when someone is genuine about something and they really want to rebuild that relationship. They really want to rebuild the trust with you. So that's the difference between that. Reconciliation often requires effort from both people because it's not going to always happen overnight. But it does take effort and part from both people within the family dynamic to make that work. And if one of the people is wanting that and the other one is not, it's definitely just not going to work. The third thing we're going to talk about is, can boundaries actually strengthen relationships? To me, I feel they can, because it's all about how much respect people have for you. Some people resent you having healthy boundaries, healthy limits when it comes to how they react and step into your life and your dynamic. So some people just aren't happy to see you happy. Some people aren't happy because they see your growth. Some people aren't happy for you because they see you are not the old you. And so, unfortunately, you can't control that. Um I honestly believe that clear communication can create a healthier family dynamic, but some people aren't receptive to that because they want things their way. And they're not receptive to the new you, the new changes you make, the new boundaries you set, and the things you accept and don't accept when it comes to you and your happiness. Um, Not every situation or family is the same. So every situation and family is not the same because everyone doesn't want to seek reconciliation. There are some people that just want to point the finger and try to make you a bad guy in a situation that you may not be. Reconciliation can only come when the person that is causing the chaos wants to hold themselves accountable. That doesn't happen often. That does not happen a lot. But until that happens, there will never be full reconciliation within that family the dynamic, y'all. Excuse me. All right. If both people are willing to work towards the healing, that's possible. But if you have one person that just is not doing it, it's just not going to happen. When it comes to legacy, family values and things of that nature, we just have to look at how we portray ourselves when it comes to raising our own children, the values and beliefs that we have and that we pour into our children, and that we make sure that our children understand why we don't have relationships with certain people, why these certain people aren't in our lives, why these certain family members are not in our lives. Because at the end of the day, it does come in the form of being respectful, or setting boundaries, making sure that you protect the peace of you and your children, making sure that you protect the happiness of you and your children. And that's just like the bottom line. At the end of the day, as a parent, you are responsible for teaching your children about love, respect, how coexisting with family is supposed to be, how to set boundaries within you and your family. And and sometimes people don't understand that, and they aren't okay with that. And so they make up issues when there shouldn't be any. They make chaos when there shouldn't be any. And unfortunately, you have to just understand and really just believe that your peace comes above everything. No matter what the situation is, no matter who the person is, if you don't have enough respect for yourself to love yourself enough to make sure that you are setting the boundaries for you to have peace and to be able to be happy within yourself, then that's something that you ultimately have to grow to do. Because at the end of the day, my happiness is going to come before anybody's. My peace is going to come before anybody, no matter who it is, how you feel, how old you is, how young you is. It doesn't matter. So my questions for you guys today, and I want you to self-reflect, get a pen, get a piece of paper, write it down, and just ask yourself these questions. The first one is, have you ever had to set a boundary with someone that you love? Me personally, yep, I have. And when I set those boundaries, it allowed me to see what type of person I was dealing with. Because it allows you to see whether they're receptive to the boundary you set or they just don't give a damn. So again, that question is, have you ever set a boundary, excuse me, with someone you love? The second question I want you to ask yourself, do you think forgiveness always means restoring the relationship? Do you think forgiveness always means restoring the relationship? Honestly, in my opinion, I don't. Because sometimes someone could have done something so much and so bad to where I just feel I don't want you in my space anymore because you've done so much to cause harm to it. I just don't want you to be a part of it anymore. Regardless, if I forgive them, that doesn't mean I have to have them being a part of my life. Third question, can family relationships recover after years of hurt? Again, it depends on the individual. So ask yourself, can family relationships recover after years of hurt? It depends on the person, on the situation, on the circumstances. It just varies, and it's going to be different from person to person. Last question, what advice would you give someone struggling with this? Ask yourself that. So my thing is, if you have a family member that you're trying to determine whether they should be a part of your life or give you peace, is it worth it? What have they done? Is it something you can move past, or do they keep coming? Like, you have to ask yourself those questions. So with that, take the time to reflect and see if this is something that you want to do or don't want to do when it comes to that particular family member. And again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in with Whining with Queen, and we will catch you on the next video. Peace.